In every market around the world, consumers are experiencing escalating housing costs, and rental housing costs have continued to rise in an environment where we've seen now increasing interest rates, property values continuing to rise. It's become very difficult to access affordable housing. There's a new business model, Sachin, that you and Weave CoLiving have innovated that is shared accommodation, shared rental accommodation. How does the platform work?
The whole concept behind Weave CoLiving is how do we bring in affordable rental accommodation and marry that with a sense of community that a lot of people crave. So at Weave, our properties are effectively a hierarchy of space. And what I mean by that is all the private space that you use every day, like your bedroom or your bathroom, is private to you. It's an ensuite space that is your haven. Space that you use, perhaps a couple of times a week, we provide that on the floors that you share with other people that you live with. Like a pantry where you make a cup of tea in the morning, or you play a game of chess at night, or cup noodles. I mean, simple things that perhaps you would do a couple of times a week. Other spaces like the laundry room, you perhaps use once a week. We provide for that space in the shared space across the property. So whether that's a living room, whether that's a games room, whether that's a gym or a communal kitchen, and creating spaces where people can get together. It's not trying to force fit a community, but creating avenues for people to share.
You've created some technology around that, and you call it Wally, and it's a platform that enables that community environment to be fostered and built. How does that technology work?
Really what Wally is an enabler. It enables a community building. It enables us as the Weave CoLiving team to provide services to our residents and the community in the most efficient way possible. But it's also about how do we take away elements of renting, how do we take away elements of doing regular things within a household and wrap technology around it. To give you an example, if our community team is organizing an event at the property, if that's a pizza night or whether someone's coming and talking about what a hackathon is, rather than having an email blast that goes out to everyone, we can broadcast a message on the app. A resident can decide on the app whether they want to attend that particular event, whether they want to bring a friend to that event, and rather than having paper-based sort of communication, we've put all of that onto Wally.
There's no question that there's a lot of value in that community element and building that community, but cost is a big central theme here. So what cost savings can a resident expect to experience versus the comparables in a given market?
So firstly, by taking away non-essential elements of a home outside of the bedroom, we can share that across a community of say 150 or 160. The other thing with our bedrooms is they're plug and play. So effectively you show up with your luggage and your clothes, you log onto the Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden you're queued into the community. You have that place to live without having to go and buy furniture. And a lot of these cities, if you look at small spaces, or if you look at spaces that require an element of design and creative thinking around them, buying furniture doesn't make sense every time you move a place to live. The other way that we help our residents save on costs is we don't have any agency fees. All of that is done online through our own application process. And those cost savings go to our residents. That's how we keep their rent as affordable as possible, but at the same time giving them certainty of what that rent is going to be. So rents are all inclusive. There is no variability on your electricity bill being $200 this month is going to be $400 next month.
What would be the average delta, apples to apples comparison, rental accommodation to Weave CoLiving?
Sure. If someone was to get a studio apartment, say in the city in a good location versus coming to Weave CoLiving, on an all-inclusive basis, if you include gym membership, electricity, utility costs, letting costs, furniture costs, and all of that, like for like, you're probably saving between 20 and 25% per month.